So
I you know, I'm gonna equip
one
that.
of these days you're gonna equip it. Have you ever seen Morbius?
It just released on Netflix, so I'm about to.
Yes, I watched it on Netflix too because it's like so did you hear that it flopped so bad, and because
Oh
the
yeah,
people who
it
made
was.
it didn't understand sarcasm, they legitimately put it out so people could watch it a second time when everyone was being sarcastic about it being good. That just kind of made me laugh so hard because of the
Oof.
fact that they didn't understand sarcasm. Like, are these guys seriously human, or are they just, are they just AIs that are supposed to know what the community
Oof.
says? That really threw me off when I heard about that story.
Honestly, kind of both, to be honest.
Well, wait, no.
Is it too much for them to be both?
But well, I guess the question is, I thought they would have either common sense or had heard of sarcasm, or even knew what it looked like. Like I would think that they would have some foreground knowledge to realize, hey, maybe when they're saying this, they're not being genuine, or they're saying it as a joke. It's like, nah, dog, they can't be joking about this. Because obviously I don't know if you know about it, but they legitimately they had played a second
Don't tell me.
time.
Don't tell me. Okay.
Oh. They had legitimately played
Oh
it.
shit.
They had put it back in theaters because they saw the reviews and thought it was legitimate congrats to the movie. The people they had it replayed because they didn't get sarcasm.
You know, I don't know if that's true, but I believe it. Because let's be honest, Hollywood stopped really knowing what the public wanted a
Yeah.
decent amount of time ago.
I mean, I guess technically, I
It
don't
just
know.
cares about money.
I don't. I guess I can't technically. I couldn't like say I guarantee know it for fact. I just know that I watched this guy, the Elvis Alien, and I remember he told his friend Bionic Pig how they had re-put it in theaters because they had misconstrued sarcasm as legitimate praise. And so by going off of that,
Ow! That's on me.
yeah, you're fine. And by going off of that and not believing there's a reason for him to lie technically, like there was no advantage to him saying, oh, that's why. So I was like, yeah, I could believe it, you know. People at Hollywood don't understand us all that often. Or at least if they do, it's more like because there was something else. It wasn't because of just, oh, he read it in
It's
the
more-
wrong way and it was like happened to be true.
Boom!
Um,
This is kind of flying by. I gotta be
Yeah.
honest, man.
Yeah, you seem to be doing a lot better this time. um, in fact, if it wasn't lacking at the bosses, the frog, and the moon,
The
I'm
bird,
pretty sure,
I could've.
I'm pretty sure you could have.
Or yeah, the moon.
We probably could have been done with this.
Just
area
one-shot
in,
it?
like, yeah, seriously. Hold on, I'm gonna check the recording just to take a peek. What time we're at? Oh, we're at 40 minutes. So yeah, you could definitely have done this. I could definitely believe you doing this area in like 30 minutes if you didn't lag at those two times. No, I guess 30 minutes is a little high. I'll say 35. That'd be good. That means the lag is just like 2 minutes per. The next movie I wanted to ask is have you ever I doubt you'd watched it, but I'm just gonna ask anyway. Have you ever watched Trolls World Tour?
And I didn't really care for the first one either, but they had a nice soundtrack.
Yep. So I will say
That's all I gotta say.
I only watched World Tours because it was on Nickelodeon, and I only like both of them because of I've heard this title that fits them really well, called jukebox musicals, where basically a movie is just basically the songs. Now, obviously, there is some story. It's not like it's all just the songs, but it's not like the story's carrying it. There's only like 3 songs, right? There was plenty of songs in both of those movies. But
Shit.
sorry, I gotta hold on. I gotta see.
Got lucky with that one.
I'm glad I can mute my mic easily. It really helps with that. But anyway, and the last movie I thought of as well. I say movie, but it's more like a character from a set of movies. So it's more like, do you recognize the name? Have you ever heard of the name Austin Powers?
Detective Kid or something. No.
No, you've never heard. Okay.
No, that's not it. What am I?
No, you're wrong.
I think that might be like Artemis Fowl or something.
He's not a detective at all. Well, I mean, he might be, but he is a. Just so I get some reference, do you know what is it? God dang it, I can't think what it's called now. When something's making fun of another thing.
Mockery?
What?
Mockery? Like you're making a mockery of this?
That is, I think that would be a correct word, but I'm trying to think of what it's called in movies. Like a movie genre that's made of making, like when you hear of a movie that
Parody.
Yeah, I guess that's the best word I can think of. I can't think of what it's actually called, but anyway.
Well, yeah, it's not really a parody of something. It's more like parodying real life and, you know, making jokes about it.
No.
Or something along those lines.
What it does is it makes fun of a stereotype. And what I mean by that is, in Austin's Powers scenario, it's making fun of James Bond because he's very ridiculous, and because of that.
See how perfect that was?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. But anyway, Austin Powers is basically God, that's gonna bug me. What is the word? Basically, okay, the best example I can think of, like just definition-wise, is when it makes fun of its own medium. Like when it starts laughing at itself. It's like if you think of it for horror movies, it's like it'll be like, wait. Why are you just standing there? Shouldn't you chase after me? And it'll be like
cliche.
And it'll be like, but
it's making jokes out of cliche.
Yes.
Often. That is kind of parody, though.
Yeah.
That does fall under parody.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of parody, but I know there's an actual word for it. That's why I'm being bugged by it, is the fact that I know there's like an actual genre for it, but I can't think of what it'd be called. That's the main issue. It's mostly that it's bugging myself. But anyway.
So perfect.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my!
Yes,
wow.
So Austin Powers basically makes fun of James Bond.
Right.
And so and I recently just rewatched all three movies, and it actually is quite funny. In fact, in the third movie, they make a joke about subtitles because they're talking to like a Chinese man, and
Jelly bean.
and they're having subtitles, but they make a joke where it's like, where Austin can see the subtitles, so he says, where the Chinese guy asks, would you like to eat shiitake mushrooms? But there's white things in front of him, so all that Austin can read is that, would you like to eat shit? So it's like, he's like, are you talking to me like that? And he's like, and his partner reminds him, he's like, no, look, Austin, look, the subtitles are covered, and it was like a plate and cup that were blocking the subtitles, so it looked like that.
Oh my, dude.
And, but like, it basically just goes, it does a couple versions of that joke, where like, they'll have like white things in the background that cover up what he's actually saying. Until like the third time it happens, he just starts saying, you know, what if I just speak in English? And he's like, you didn't want to do that from the beginning? But yeah, they make jokes about the medium or at least James Bond, at least, is the best comparison that they try to do. And but yeah, I rewatched. That's actually on Netflix. Actually, if you actually want to watch it, like let's just say you want to just look at it, it is on Netflix. And I'm definitely a big fan. And
Oh shit! No, don't. No.
Oh, no. So close. Alright, those are all the movies I wanted to ask about. So the last thing I can think, the last thing I have written here is oh, two things.
Right.
So like you know, I'm gonna say it on camera because it doesn't really matter. Answer as comfortably as you want, or if it's not comfortable, don't answer. What would you say is your worst subject in school? Worst subject.
Algebra 2 or
Algebra 2?
writing.
I can understand that. For
Algebra or writing. It's honestly writing. Sorry, I got to change my answer. It's writing. I always hated it, even though like I know once you get into it, it's not so bad. But just the process of writing is a nightmare for me.
Yeah. She just made her shoot herself. She just fired at herself. She's just like, I swear he's right here. Just fires at her own face. Yeah, so my worst subject at first, like in the very beginning, it was writing because I had this strange notion in my head that because I've been playing games all my life, I thought that you could only be good at you could only be super good at one subject, and that once you found out what that was, you basically had to do good in that one, or else you're screwed. You can't do any other subject. So, and because at the time I was annoyed with writing, I basically just kind of said, yeah, you know what, writing I just won't do my writing stat at all. Like, let's just pretend writing isn't a thing. And so I just ignored it for probably maybe 8 years, honestly. Like, I legitimately would not do writing. Like, I had to be dragged by my shadow to be able to do anything. It was really annoying.
Yes!
I was so close.
No.
So close. But as of recent, now I got a lot better after I learned that you're not always good at one thing and all that, and I grew up. I don't know, it's hard to say because I think it was just because I had the wrong mindset, because I thought because I was thinking about how games are and how you can only be good at one thing. That was my logic point. That was a very flawed logic point.
Right.
But it was my logic.
Yeah, it doesn't make too much sense, but it's fair enough.
And
not gonna fault you, a kid, for your logic of a flawed system.
So now at times, I mean, right now it's I would say nowadays my worst subject would definitely be math. Which is funny because originally math was my jam, but now it's become the hardest thing for me to do, just because of how complicated it gets.
Right.
And the reason why I think it's funny is because of the fact that how I used to think writing was the worst, but now I'm actually pretty decent at it, and I used to think that I could only be good at math, and now I suck at math. The roles have reversed over the years. Yeah. So I stuck mission.
You won't, coward. All right.
And the last thing. Now this one I'll explain a bit, but because I thought of this question when I was playing with one of the toys I have to fidget with.
Right.
And I realized I was making it look. I was messing with it, and whenever I would start playing with it, it always would kind of make me think of a lightning attack. and then it made me think, what if I could only use one element in any like let's say I have to use one element, and like basically I can use that element.
An
however I
elemental
want.
power.
Yeah, elemental power, and it was like it wouldn't be fire, it wouldn't be like
No.
corrosive. And I was like, water would be interesting, but I think it would be too boring. Like, personally, water seems boring to me just because, you know, it's water. It doesn't exactly inspire me. And obviously, I had been playing with my fidget toy and thought of lightning. So I was like, lightning would totally be the coolest. And it would be the most useful in and out of combat. And what I mean by out of combat is I mean, like, could you imagine if you could get a job where all you had to do was give power?
Charge?
Yeah.
Like, become an energy source?
Yeah, just
Hell
become
yeah.
a battery. Like, or let's just say that, like, you're running, like, let's say that, like
it's a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, you're powering, like, the whole town. Like, if they end up being rude to you,
Needing power? Guess who they're gonna call?
Yeah, need power, or just like, or they're like just taking you for granted. You just be like, hey guys, I'm gonna go on vacation for a couple days. It's like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want. And then it's like you leave, and it's like, wait, where's our power? Where's our power? It's like, yeah, bitches, I'm your power. That's the truth. But yeah, that is.
Alright.
So with that context, if you could use an element, and when I thought of it, I thought basically it would just come out of your hands, or just your body in general. Like in the battery scenario, you might just make it come out of like everywhere, depending on like obviously where you need to aim the power. But and so I was like thinking, with that context, what element would you want to use?
Well, honestly, lightning might be it.
Yeah.
Ow.
I think, so here's the other thing I think about is that I feel like you could come up with better elements, but I feel like you need to think about it, because you have to be like, okay, what else is a really useful one? And it's
Well,
like,
geokinesis has always been one on my list.
Yeah, like earthbending?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like earthbending, but kind of better, because you
Yeah.
don't have to learn a martial art for it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Although I wonder, I feel like if you learn geobending, that would mean that you would become like earthquake specialist or something.
Become a contractor.
Contractor. But I was thinking, like, if there was like an earthquake or
I mean,
emergency, you could totally like try to calm it down.
that is true. I could be technically attributed to saving a lot of people if I did do that.
Or like if there was a flood and you could raise the land to make it higher so the water doesn't like come on or something. Like moving the earth it's kind of broken, because obviously you're always touching the earth, so it's not like it's breaking the rules. You are always touching the earth, so it is listening to the rules. But obviously, I guess at that point, it would be the question of how extensive are your powers? Like, are the lightning powers constantly a thing, or can they only do like a minor charge, you know? Or like with the geobending, can you only move like a yard or something? Like obviously, what's the extent of every power? But that's a question for a different day. I was just thinking that question because I was playing with a toy and it was like, hey, what element would I like? And it's like, you know, electricity seems like a pretty cool option. But yeah, I think that is. Yeah, at this point I have done all my questions. I'm gonna check the recording time real quick. We are at. We're actually almost at an hour. We only have like 6 minutes until an hour. So
do you want to call it at an hour?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can call it an hour. Although I don't know if we'll have the full episode an hour, or if we'll end up like dividing it into like 15-minute segments, if we can find good dividing points.
Or 15 or 20.
Oh yeah, 20 definitely. But yeah, I'm surprised how long my questions last. I guess it's when I really put the thought into them and like plan to explain them to a certain extent. That's when I can get the real long conversations. It's just when, obviously, when I can't think of anything, it's like, okay, I guess we'll go play my game or whatever. At the time being, whatever.
Right.
Mm.
Me, it's kind of the opposite because I can't focus on talking while I'm not doing something.
Yeah. I think the reason, I feel like the main reason I can is because if I can't remember if I've told you yet, but I have this like thing where if I either have too much energy from having like a 5 hour or something, or just general, like if I'm really excited for something, I will talk my mouth off and turn into a jabberjaw. So like I
That's
constantly
fine.
think
Also,
of things
kind
to
of good
talk.
for a show where we're supposed to be talking.
Yeah, definitely works for that. Yeah, I think of that. Yeah, just checking over the list one more time to make sure there's nothing I forgot. But yeah. Oh, that was such a bad joke, though.
You said 6 minutes till an hour of recording. Well,
let me
let's
check.
leave whatever episode
Yeah,
will end.
we have
Yeah,
4
let's end.
minutes. We got like 4 minutes until
Let's
an hour.
let's end whatever episode this will be like ending on with this. If you can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it at the moment. Yeah. Although honestly, with how quiet it is, I'm not sure if the recording will be able to hear it all that well. All right. All right. Back out. Oh, that's a lot better. They don't count as music; they count as voices. So you need the sound effects need to go up.
That's wait, what's the button?
Audio, they count as sound effects.
Music's awesome. Now this will work.
There you go.
It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside.
Is that supposed to be a diss to them? That they don't go outside?
Yeah, it's supposed to tell the audience like you're playing a hard game, wasting all your time. Get off your ass and go like read a book.
Okay, well, I'm ending it.
Well, it's more like a why don't you take a break? But that's how I take it.
Yeah, it's true, I guess. Anyway,